Hello everyone, this is Eddie with Orbital Knives, and today I'm going to give you guys my honest review of the Orbital Knives Callisto. I've had these for about a year. Obviously, we get to use them and test them out before they release. They released in November last year, but it's been about a year for me. And I'm going to tell you guys the things that I love and some things that I would even change now on the Callisto series. I'm going to start with the specs. You have a 3-inch blade and a 4-inch handle. That makes it really easy to remember. And then here at the thickest part of the blade, you have a 1-inch measurement. Very thin stock, 154 cm steel, liner lock, nice cutout on this area for this engagement. You have a milled titanium clip and a titanium backspacer. And this is probably what's gotten the most praised. If you watch the reviews online from the content creators, they love that we did that on a knife sub $100. This retailing for 89 bucks. And then you have here a nice flat scale in micarta. You also have it in blue micarta on this side. And then the website exclusive is the red and black Damascus, also flat, and you can see it looks gorgeous. So that is the specs. I want to jump into the things that I like and then some of the things that I would change on the original Callisto. First off, I really enjoy the design. It is very common nowadays in the industry and in the community for a designer to release a knife and see people saying things like, oh, that looks like a knife that, you know, is already popular out there. So if I try to design something very clean, for example, people could say things like, oh, that looks like an Elementum or a bug out. And my goal here was to create something that was clean, but that had enough character that avoided that type of comments from the community. And I think this has fit the people very well. I really enjoy that blade shape. Most people would consider this a modified clip point. It is a clip point, but it doesn't have that curvature on this side as most clip points do, but it does come into a nice tip for punching jobs. No issues there. I also enjoy the size. 3-inch blade is great for me for everyday carry use. I work in an office, so most of my cuts are always like packages and letters and boxes, things like that. I never tend to need a knife for hard work, if that makes sense. Now, that said, this one has gotten abused. I did want to take it to the extreme because I wanted to test it. So this has done a lot of other type of things. I'm gonna get into that here in just a second. But for everyday carry, for me, this fits the bill very well. That clip is amazing. It slides into the pocket and out without any issues, not too much resistance, but once it's there, it's there. It's not gonna fall on you. The pen, internal pen on this one, so that pen there is not showing. Most of you requested a large version of this because you wanted something that was gonna be for harder use, and so this is the large Callisto right here. It's a bigger blade, thicker as well, and we upgraded the steel here to 20 CV. One of the things I want to talk about is the no jimping on this one. The reason I didn't add jimping is because ergonomically speaking, there are a lot of things that will make a greater difference than jimping would. And so if this is figured out well, you are going to have a great ergonomic experience regardless whether you have jimping or not. And especially on a knife that is this size in this steel, it's going to be mostly for those type of cuts that are not going to require you to have like that grip that you might need that jimping for. And a lot of people agree with me. I mean, if you look at this one, for example, it's kind of a same thing, smaller everyday carry knife, no jimping here on this side. You know, there's no jimping for you to put your thumb on it. Same here, you know, everyday carry knife. I wouldn't say it's an abuser by any means, no jimping. And even the sheepdog, again, you have no jimping here, and it's kind of that's the idea. Is it's a smaller knife, you don't need to go with that. However, the bigger knife, yeah, this is gonna be more of a user and even an abuser, so I wanted to add the jimping there. I even added this texture in the handle to help you with the ergonomical experience on those hard tasks, and I upgraded the steel to 20 CV for that reason. Now, the things that I would change right now, quite possibly, the liners. The liners are really well done. They're skeletonized on the inside for weight reduction. They all come under 3 ounces. But the fact that they're showing, it's not bad, but it's not as clean as this. And when I produced the large Callisto and I wanted these to be nested liners, I realized that I probably should have done that with this the original version. So I will probably do that. And then the one thing that I don't know, it's not a huge regret for me because the knife is very well done, but I wish it was a little easier to flick it open from the front. So you can flick it open like that and it's very easy and it just flies out really well. You can also slow roll it without any issues. Like, it's super smooth, guys, super smooth. But when it comes to flicking it open with your thumb, you gotta get used to the motion, to the position of your thumb. You gotta kind of have that forethought about how to open it with your thumb, and it's not easy. Okay, I'm gonna close up into it. I'm gonna show you guys why, partially at least. If you see, the hole in the blade is rounded. Can you see that? It has that extra machining line that cuts it at an angle. And so we did that to provide comfort on the knife, so that when you are slow rolling it or flicking it open or whatever, it doesn't dig into your skin. But sometimes you need that sort of feeling in your thumb, so that it grabs your thumb skin and it flicks open easier. But that happens a lot if you're trying to flick it open. You gotta get used to, if I'm not gonna do any risk, because obviously if you at rest, obviously it's gonna fly out. But the whole idea is, can you open it just with a thumb motion? You can, but it requires that extra forethought. It requires you to know how to place your handle, and that you can see there it failed. But other than that, I think these knives are great. $89. If you use code ORBIT10 on our website, you can grab them at 10% off. Guys, it's a great deal. You get titanium parts, you get 154 cm, great blade geometry here, a good solid liner lock knife, and it is really well made. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments, and also let me know your thoughts. The large Callisto will be releasing by the end of the year, and this one's gonna come in at 3 different price points. These ones all came in at the same price point, $99, regardless of the version that you guys are using. I'm unfocused, I think. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you later.